看最近的新婚姻法没有关于夫妻财产。
Have you seen the new marriage law? It says that whatever money you earn is yours. What's yours is yours, and what's mine is mine.
我现在算是知道了，为什么结婚
Now I understand why marriage doesn't require a waiting period, but divorce does. Look behind me. These are all people waiting to get divorced. Today is the 8th day of the Lunar New Year. The office opened at 9 a.m., and in just 2 hours, this is the scene.
Your country's birth rates are tanking. Marriage rates are dropping. The economy is bracing for a crisis. So what's the government's brilliant fix? Simple. Make marriage more appealing to men by making divorce less financially devastating for them. Seems logical, right? Well, think again. Because instead of saving marriages, this law just sent women running for the exits. Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Shout out to Patreon gang member Mr. Lowry for the topic request. Salute! Let's break this down. Ain't that a man? On February 1st, 2025, China officially implemented a new divorce law, and the impact has been massive. Just take a look at this.
我现在算是知道了，为什么结婚
Now I understand why marriage doesn't require a waiting period, but divorce does. Look behind me. These are all people waiting to get divorced. Today is the 8th day of the Lunar New Year. The office opened at 9 a.m., and in just 2 hours, this is the scene. I came here to help a client transfer property ownership, and I saw this with my own eyes. Just look at the line. Everyone here is getting a divorce. So far, I've only seen one couple getting married.
Shout out to China Observer for that clip. So, what's in this new law that's got people, especially women, sprinting to the courthouse? Let's take a look at this post from X. Janice, read.
China has a new divorce law, effective the 1st of February 2025. Previously, all properties owned by either spouse would be equally divided during divorce. Now the rule is a lot simpler. Whoever paid for it owns it after divorce, even if the wife's name was added to the title after marriage. And houses gifted to the husband by his parents will remain his property even after divorce and will not be considered shared matrimonial property. And the Chinese women aren't happy, oh no.
Chinese women are not just unhappy. Chinese women are furious. Check this out.
看最近的新婚姻法没有关于夫妻财产。
Have you seen the new marriage law? It says that whatever money you earn is yours. What's yours is yours, and what's mine is mine. If her house was bought before marriage, it still belongs to the original owner after divorce, even if my name was later added to the deed. If the house was bought during marriage but paid for by the husband's parents, I wouldn't get a single cent after divorce. This means the traditional idea of men earning and women managing the household no longer applies. The law doesn't care how much housework I do, how many years I spend as a stay-at-home wife, how many kids I have, or how much I sacrifice for the family. It only protects the person with financial assets. So no matter how much money my husband makes, if we get divorced, I won't get a penny. After learning about this law, I lost all motivation. I don't feel like cleaning, washing clothes, or taking care of the kids. Why? Because none of that counts. If I worked as a nanny, I could make 5,000 to 6,000 yuan a month, but right now I have no job and no income, and no matter how much I do, it won't mean anything. So don't call me lazy anymore. You can take care of the kids, cook your own meals, and wash your own clothes.
This is pure gold. You see the dilemma here? Marriage, as we know it, is an outdated contract that no longer fits modern society. Men avoided marriage because they knew divorce could financially ruin them. Now that the law protects their assets, women are the ones backing out because now they could walk away with nothing. Like I always say, women are women first. It's in their nature to prioritize security and resources. And when the game changes, so does their strategy. According to Yale sociologist Emma Zhang, Chinese divorce laws have had a major impact on women's well-being. Janice, read.
The reform significantly harmed women's well-being. It caused a 1-point drop on a 5-point life satisfaction scale for 1 in 15 married women, a major outcome given the vast number of individuals affected. Interestingly, the ruling had no significant effects on men's well-being.
Translation? Women aren't upset about losing love. They're upset about losing financial security. This is why men need to wake up. Women don't love the same way men do. They love opportunistically. Traditional marriage, was built for a different time where women were dependent on men, but in today's world, women make their own money, and that changes everything. Check this out.
Have you ever noticed that 80% of women in the beauty industry are divorced, and many of the most successful ones are also divorced? That includes me. I think the main reason is that women today are more independent. They've realized their value and unlocked their potential. And at some point, they start to see that the husband they chose isn't supporting them, isn't helping the family, and isn't taking responsibility for the household. Most women get married thinking they will take care of the home and family, but over time they realize their husband can't provide financial stability or fulfill his role. That's when they understand that relying on themselves is the only way to have a better life. So these women step up and start building careers. The more successful they become, the wider the gap with their husbands. And a lot of men can't handle having a wife who is more accomplished than them, so they try to bring her down. That's when divorce happens.
See, this is where the lie comes in. Women love to claim that men can't handle successful women. But what they won't admit is that they can't handle being the breadwinner. Need proof? Let's go back to Megyn Kelly's confession about resenting her husband because their kids liked him more.
We don't really have a lot of conflict now, but when I was on Fox in the prime time and Doug was doing more than his fair share of everything going on with the young kids, he was never like a stay-at-home dad. He always had stuff going on, but he had a job that allowed him to be at home more, and so he necessarily was doing more. He never got resentful really of me, actually. He was always very supportive. He's just a cool guy, but I got resentful of him.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I don't like that the kids go to your side of the bed in the middle of the night. I don't like that you've shown them all these movies that, I'm not around to see. Now you have your own little language with them about the fun things you've done. I don't like when I'm having a one-on-one conversation with them and you come in and join. I need my own one-on-one time with them. Get out, And I didn't really want to say all those things make me feel, even to this moment, like a very petty person, Like, here's this guy, he's doing all this great stuff. Most women would kill to have a more active partner. I had a different kind of problem. And I didn't really give a shit if it made me feel small. I needed to say it. We had to clear the air.
This is what happens when women take on masculine roles. They start seeing their man as competition instead of her husband. And guess what? A man is just supposed to handle that. The foolishness. Career women, no matter how successful, are still women first. And once they start earning, they think it gives them the right to air every petty grievance they have without consequences. In contrast, traditional women understood that their role was to complement their husband's masculinity, not compete with it. But modern society, it encourages the exact opposite, leading to men and women constantly butting heads. And it's not just a Western problem. Look at China.
I just saw New Year fights trending online. My first thought was, so it's not just my family. That actually made me feel a bit better. In my home, fights can break out over anything, from something as small as a chopstick falling on the floor, too much filling in dumplings, or even a child coughing, to something as big as the footballer Messi controversy or international conflicts. The new year is supposed to be a time of joy, but in reality, the more people gather, the more arguments happen. The reasons are endless. If you can think of it, it can probably start a fight. Even now, I don't understand. Getting together for the holiday isn't easy, so why do people end up arguing?
Among the most serious disputes were those between married couples. These conflicts were not limited to verbal arguments. Some escalated into physical altercations, including fights and overturned tables.
Fighting over dumpling fillings? At least somebody's cooking. Western women don't even want to make you a sandwich. But back to the bigger issue. Why are men and women struggling to get along? Let's hear from this Chinese man breaking it down.
By the way, I'm not just trying to pinpoint the blame on women. I'm talking about this is an issue between both man and woman. So when everybody only had one child, all the parents, right? This is this generation's grandparents now. Back then, when they were brand new parents, they would say things like, "Oh my God, my son, you're my only child. You are so special. I love you so much. You are the prince. You are the king of the world. I'm going to make you the world's #1. I'll buy anything you want to. You want to go to Florida? You want to visit Disneyland? I'll take you there. You want to go to Vail, Colorado during the winter for a skiing trip? I'll take you there. You want a BMW for your 18th birthday? I'll buy you a BMW. You want a Mercedes? I'll give you a Mercedes. I'll do anything I can to make you happy." And so this is a major problem, right, for both man and woman. And they're telling their daughters, "Oh my God, you're a princess. You're so beautiful. You're 1 in a million. You're future Miss Universe. You're going to enter all these beauty pageants. You're going to be a runway model. Oh girl, you are a 10. You're so special. You deserve a top 1% man." So yeah, a lot of this generation, right, obviously for me it's different. Yes, I do have 2 siblings, and this is partly due to the many divorces in my family. But the next generation of these Chinese people, yeah, they're screwed because they've never ever been told no their entire childhood. What do you think happens when they grow up? What do you think happens when they get married when they're 25? When for their entire childhood they've been told that, "Oh my God, you are king. You are #1. You are the prince, right? You are the god of the world." Or you've been told that, "Oh yes, you go queen, slay. You're a princess. You're so special." And yeah, of course, when they grow up, they're going to act like a little bitch. What do you think? When you have these 2 people, both who grew up as the only child in their family, both have been basically completely spoiled rotten. They have never ever been told no in their entire life. And yeah, what happens? What do you think these couple, when they get meet, let's say when they're in university, when they're 18 years old, and they date for a few years, and they get married at 24? There's a 90% chance that marriage is going to end up in divorce, because you have 2 people who have never ever been told no in their life, and they're completely spoiled rotten, right? And so this is a massive crisis.
Boom! Main character syndrome strikes again. Basic sociology, guys. The one-child policy created an entire generation of entitled individuals, and now it's biting China in the ass. At the end of the day, traditional solutions don't work in modern times, but human survival instincts never change. When faced with hardship, people adapt. We saw this during the pandemic. OnlyFans exploded because women needed money. Now, with divorce laws changing, women are rethinking marriage altogether because it no longer guarantees them a financial parachute. So what's the lesson here for men? Don't get married. Fellas, stay sharp, stay focused, and as always, manage where we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.